To be counted with 2Unique magazine, sitting here with Omar Gooding. Welcome. We are here. We spotlight voices that inspire, entertain, and uplift. So we just have a few questions for you. You come from a powerful legacy. Your father is Cuba Gooding Sr. He was
Yes.
the lead vocalist of the main ingredient. How did his artistry influence your path in entertainment?
It's in the blood, man. Being a Gooding is something that we're very proud of. You know, I see it in my kids, my sister, my brother, my nieces, my nephews. You know, watching him on stage was always such a powerful and beautiful thing. He was the lead singer of the main ingredient. He was the band leader. He was the boss. He was an orchestrator. If anything was wrong on stage, he would stop the whole performance and say, we're gonna start it over right here. 1, 2, there you go. I need you here, and boom. I'm like, I didn't know you could do that. You know, so I would watch how he would command stages, and it was always a passion of mine. That's why you give me a microphone. I do stand-up comedy, I do hip-hop music, I do stage plays, and I do everything else that everybody knows me for, television and movies. I do it all. So it all started from my father.
That's awesome. Can you sing? I know you can sing.
Oh yeah, I can sing. I can sing.
Give us a little taste.
No.
No?
No.
I know it. Okay. So, your role in Baby Boy,
Yes, ma'am.
it was a cultural classic.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
did that role reshape your career and the way people saw you?
Great role, and great question. So that is exactly the point. I had a long career as a youth doing television, right? So back in the 90s, right, when you did sitcoms for the 90s, the thing is, we got kind of put in a box, you know. I refer to it as like the Jaleel White effect, right? Once he was Urkel, that's all anybody ever saw, you know. So thank God I was always able to reinvent myself, and thankful that John Singleton saw in me the ability to do roles that people didn't think I could pull off. So when he saw me when he had me in mind for the role of Sweet Pea, he sent me the script and said, I'm going to see you in 3 months in LA. And I was like, I'm already here. 3 months at the age of 24 years old, I went from 260 pounds all the way down to 198 before we started rolling. But I lost about half of it when I saw him, shaved my head, did some push-ups, and was like, hey, what's up, man? You ready to go? He said, let's read them. We read the role. After I read, it wasn't even easy. A month later, they called me and said I got the role. A month is a long time to find out after an audition. So once I booked it, then they had another personal trainer. I lost another 30 pounds. I really locked down in the character, and we were able to pull off what you guys see on the screen. But after that, I was getting all the calls from everybody. And the thing is, I was always a television actor. So the movie, just because you finish the movie, it's not like it just comes out right away. You know what I mean? So by the time it came out, it did okay in the box office. It didn't become a cult classic until BET picked it up and played it every single day. You know, so, but in the meantime, I had to book television. I got to keep doing what I do. So I was under contract for a while when all the calls were coming in. I got calls from Denzel Washington. I got calls for Eminem's movie. I got, all the people, but I couldn't even go in and read because I was under contract. So that kind of affected. But God is still good. I still got a lot of good films after that, and a lot of TV shows, and still pushing.
Okay. What messages do you most want to leave behind in your music?
Just do not compromise. Do not compromise. If you have faith, stand on your faith. I've got a praying mama that gets me through, and I get it. I also have a strong faith. I have a relationship with God. Now, if you don't have a relationship with God, you need to get one. It's just that simple, and it's, my father always used to say, do as I say, not as I do. I get what he means, but they were like, you talk about God, and then you talk about smoking weed and something kind of crazy. They would say, look, listen. God loves us all. His love is amazing. He loves us no matter what you're doing, what you just did, or what you're about to do. He still loves you. You just got to talk to him and listen. Just pay attention. Listen. You ever do something wrong, and then right after it, you go, dang, I know I wasn't supposed to do that. You heard the voice, but you ignored it. That's all it is. That's all it is. So just open not only your heart, but open your mind. Just think about it. You let him in, he'll take care of it.
That's awesome. So, one thing, let's talk about community and life lessons. Just from one. Families today are under so much financial pressure. What life lessons would you share with young people or parents trying to survive?
Whoa, that's a strong question. I mean, that's one thing people don't bring up because black people, anybody, doesn't like to discuss their personal finances. But let me just say this without getting too deep any. Black people as a culture, we're not taught the same lessons financially that other cultures are taught. They know. Some kids already have accounts set up for them and so forth and so on. Some kids already told you got to take the taxes and you put the tax money to the side and you got to do this over here and blah, 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 blah. Our culture, that's not what we do. We get our money, we spend it. We go, well, I'm going to keep working forever, so I'm going to just spend this and wait till the next bag come in. So that's the things that we have to, people that are starting families and are raising children, you have to plant that seed early so that they don't fall in the pitfalls of life. Now, you talk about longevity in my career, being a child actor. Usually, child actors, and they go through the changes, and their voice gets weird, and their face turns different, and you don't see them ever again. Or they get all this money early, and they don't plan properly. They don't have anybody to tell them about finances and investments and putting some to the side for later. You know what I mean? I learned that more so when I had kids. As soon as I learned that, like, you think you got enough money? You need more. You need to, no, let's not go spend that.
Yeah.
You know, they mama want to go vacation here and there. I'm like, wait a minute. Let's make sure we got everything the way we, you know, that's put together. We got to take care of that first. And, but anyway, I keep going. But I do really feel like it's a culture thing. There's a lot of people that come across these financial issues don't have anybody to tell them, and that's why they make the mistake. They follow the people around them. You know, my father went through a lot. Like, he had money. He didn't save none of it. He leased everything. He didn't do any investments because he's like, I'm going to be the man forever. And then when his career stopped because of the blacklisting, he had to start over. And then we were homeless. We lived in cars. We went in shelters. We were in homeless shelters. A lot of people know, oh, you got a silver spoon. You wasn't in my ass. I was always happy. When I did Wild and Crazy Kid, that was a brother that was living in a car a year ago, but he was happy, smiling because he out now. You know what I mean? So
awesome. Last question.
I better be about 12. This here talking like I got a quick 5. Okay.
You gonna make me itchy?
Come on.
Okay, community. Let's talk about
Come on,
how
community.
you give back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of ways to give back to the community. I think the most important way, honestly, is your time. Because you can give money, but it's hard. And I don't know, it's tough, but it's just popped in my head. I probably should have thought about this, but I just like to speak from the heart. You want to give money if you can give money, sure, but does it reach where it's supposed to reach? It's hard to know if that's the truth, but you can definitely give your time. You can go out. I just did a food drive. I brought my kids with me. And I showed them early, and they had a ball. I'm like, I know they're going to be like, when are we going to leave? They love, here's your food here. They love doing that. And the people love seeing me. And they're like, look at you out here. Okay. I just left the high school, talked to the kids. I'm like, the kids ain't going to know who I am. But I start talking. They're responding like, oh, that is him from such and such. My mama knows you. That's fine. That things make me feel old. But just giving your time goes a long way, man. I was out in Kansas City, and one of the kids, all the kids wanted to take pictures and whatnot. One of them just looked up to me and just said, man, how do I get out? And it hurt me right to my core, and I looked him right in his eye and I spoke to him. I said, hold on, y'all give me a minute, let me talk to this young man. You can get out. There's not only ways out, but there are more opportunities out there than they will tell you. The theys of the world. And they, no, you can't be this, you can't be that. You can say I want to be in movies, but you don't have to be a movie star. You can work the camera crew, you can work the lights, the sound, and these are jobs you can learn that aren't as difficult. Not a whole career, but you can make a whole career out of it. There's a lot of good money. That's why when the industry shut down, it didn't just affect the actors. It affected everybody behind the camera that nobody sees. When you do a film, it's 30, 40, 50, maybe even 100 people on set. It's amazing how many jobs are out there and opportunities for them.
Awesome. Thank you so much.